I'm usually really organised. I make lists for everything. I plan way far in advance for packing and knowing exactly what I need to take. But on this occasion, something's gone wrong. So this is a disaster.
I thought that I was meant to be the messy one.
I don't know what happened. I've been preparing for weeks, making lists, everything else, and this is just a mess. This is bad. I'm Victoria and this is my 14th trip to Disney World. I cannot explain how much I love vacationing at Disney World. I absolutely love it so much. Whenever I'm not there, I'm planning on being there. It's just such a special place to me and I love it so much.
How is it going to fit in? My name's Becky and I have never been to Florida before.
My really good friend Becky is coming with me on this trip and we've known each other since school. And we weren't really friends at school, I wouldn't say. We were kind of in different groups. We really became good friends later on when Becky started dating one of my brother's friends. 2017 has been a really great year. I actually had 2 trips to Disney World, one in February and one in May. So that was really great and we were just having a really nice year, relaxed, not too much stress going on. We've had quite a few years that were difficult with moves and Ian's work and various different things going on. So 2017 was really going pretty well, but then disaster struck. I woke up one morning with a numb feeling in my legs and 12 hours later I had lost use of my legs completely. To go from being completely healthy to suddenly being paralysed from the waist down is such a terrifying experience. I ended up spending just over 2 weeks in hospital and for the majority of that time I was completely bedbound and wasn't even allowed to sit up. It was just unbelievable. I just didn't know what was happening. Having all kinds of tests done, just so scared. Ian was terrified, all my friends were terrified, my family, nobody had any idea what was going on. It was just unbelievable. I just didn't know what was happening.
Seeing someone that you know really well in a bed, in a gown, looking terrified was just, it was really heart-wrenching and, you know, really upsetting.
Once I'd had all the testing, they eventually decided that it's something called transverse myelitis. Basically, it's inflammation on your spine, which causes an injury to the spinal cord. And from there, it affects your nervous system, which then means you can't move your legs or anything else, and you lose all the sensation in your body. Several tests later and a few months down the line, it was concluded that there was no reason for it. And mine was what they call idiopathic transverse myelitis, which is just completely random. Basically, it's like winning the lottery in reverse. In the months following, once I was at home, it has been very difficult and I have had some periods of time where it's really been hard, and it's really hard to explain to anybody who just sees me because you maybe don't necessarily realise there's anything wrong. You see everybody going about doing their day-to-day things, walking, running, exercising, going to the gym, or just doing anything like that, and you kind of feel like you're left behind. The support I had from Becky while I was in hospital is way above and beyond anything that you could ever expect from one of your friends. She came to the hospital almost every day that I was in there, even though it was quite far away, and sometimes it was just to sit with me. She gave me manicures, pedicures. While I was stuck in bed, she even found a way to wash my hair for me while I was in bed to make me feel better, and she was just amazing. I don't know what I would have done without her.
Don't, because I'm going to start crying about it.
No, don't, no. I've had this trip booked for quite a long time, and when this happened to me, my Disney trip was a huge motivation for me to be better in time to go. I had to learn to walk again, which was quite challenging, but I really pushed myself to learn to walk as quickly as I could.
When she first took a few steps, I have to be honest, it made me cry. And I thought I was pretty hard, but no. 2017, it's been one of the best years of my life for a lot of reasons, and one of the saddest and hardest, I think, really. So at the very end of 2016, me and an ex-boyfriend reconnected after quite a few years of being apart, which has turned out really great in the end. Unfortunately, it's a similar sort of time my sister was diagnosed with a terminal illness. Me and my boyfriend decided that we wanted to get married, and we realised that it was more important for us as a couple that we got the people there that were important to us. We had a simple, beautiful ceremony, and it was one of the happiest days of my life. Made more perfect by the fact my sister was there to enjoy it with us. About a month later, she passed away. We need this holiday. This is going to be our time to just chill out.
It's the night before we leave and my stuff is everywhere. It's complete chaos, it's a total mess. I don't know how this has happened, but it is not good. This is a mess. Yeah, yours is packed completely and all done, and mine is everywhere. Okay, let's just do it. I'm getting all of this in the cases right now. So I have got blue play suit, purple play suit, white play suit, black off the shoulder play suit, another black off the shoulder play suit, red play suit, black long sleeve play suit.
How many days are we going for? Play suits.
I just really like play suits.
I don't know how many she's got. You'll probably see throughout the weeks. There'll be a different one probably twice a day.
You guys ready?
We never seem to be ready to leave. No matter what time we start, or how prepared we are, or how on it we think we are, we're just not.
Let's go.
I'm still in the ashes when you get dressed and leave. Oh, I better look for matches.
It's always really hard saying goodbye to Ian if I go on vacation without him, but you'll see him in an upcoming trip.
It's a good time. We're chasing every moment of the good nights. We're always looking out and it's a good life. No, we are never letting this go.
So we get onto the first train, it's super crowded, there's no place to put the luggage, so Becky is kind of trying to stand up and stay with the luggage. I'm in this corner, just kind of stuck there. And it's one of those train journeys where nobody is speaking, but there's people everywhere, so it's super, super awkward. We finally get to our stop and Becky is kind of involved in a scrum of people trying to get off the train. I guess there's a lot of commuters and it's just not a good situation and we need to get out of there.
So the second part of the journey on the train is the longest.
Whenever Becky and I get bored, we tend to get a little bit immature.
You read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all that.
It passed the time.
I love my coffee.
I don't need another love, yeah. We do this every day, we do this love for life. You got a smile that makes the sun rise.
So we finally made it to Gatwick. We're staying at the airport overnight and flying the next day, so it's time to check into our hotel and get some food.
Feels like the hurting never fades. Oh, it's dark, only different shades. My heart is pounding
And that particular tune is from Pride and Prejudice that she is humming today. It's so funny. She always sings in the shower.
It's actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, oh 100%.
And I'm so glad we said nuts to the Megabus.
Yeah.
That was definitely...
If we'd have got Megabus, it would have just been awful.
I think we'd have been more likely to be seasick. Yeah. If we got seasick, it's all gone wrong.
If you get seasick on a Megabus, then something's gone wrong.
Yeah.
So I've done toenails, I've done face mask, hair washing, just need to do nails.
And you're going to straighten or whatever in the morning.
Yeah, and I've charged the batteries for the cameras.
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
I think so. It still doesn't feel like we're going
No,
to be
I
totally
know.
honest.
I know. Until we actually see planes, I'm not going to be like,
Yeah.
oh, with that.
I don't think it's going to feel real until we're boarding.
Yeah, I feel like